Welcome to the Employee Expense Report demo. The purpose of this demo is to show you how to access and submit your expense reports in this site. To access your expense reports, click on the Myself tab, then on the Time and Expenses subtab, and finally on the Expense Reports link. On this screen, you will be able to see your open, pending, and approved timesheets. To add expenses to an existing open expense report, click on the Edit pencil or the name of the report. You can also delete an expense report if it has not been submitted yet by clicking on the garbage can. To add a new expense report, click on Add Expense Report. Start by adding a name that will be descriptive and easily recognizable at a later date and to someone else. You can also see that there is a place to communicate deadlines to you. It says, expense report must be approved by in order to be reimbursed on. This is where two separate dates can be entered in by the system to let you know when you'll be reimbursed depending on when your expense report is approved. Click on Submit. To add your first expense, start by choosing a client and a project if applicable. These fields are not required. Next, choose your expense type. This list is customizable to your company, so let your manager know if there is not an expense type available that you need. Enter the amount of the expense. For the corporate card checkbox, there is no need to check this unless your company requires you to. Look for information from your company if that is the case. Next, choose the billing type. There are three options here. Choose Reimbursable if you will need to be reimbursed for the expense. Choose Debit Employee if the expense was a personal charge put on a company card that you need to pay back. Choose Company Paid if the expense was paid by the company or on a company card and you are just entering the expense for recording purposes. Enter a vendor if it will be helpful or if it is required by your company. Otherwise, it is optional. Then enter a description of the expense. This is required. It is optional to attach a receipt, although your company may require it, but it is required to enter the date of the expense. Last, click on Add to Report. Once an expense has been added to a report, you can make any necessary changes or updates to it. Simply make your changes and click on Update Item, and all changes will be saved. You can click on Remove Item to delete the expense from the report. If you have added expenses but are not ready to submit your report yet, click on Exit and Continue Later. If all of your expenses have been added and you're ready to go, click on Submit Expense Report, which will route it to your manager or payroll for approval. The last thing to show you in expense reports is the PDF and Excel links at the bottom. This is how you can create a quick report that can be saved or printed. We recommend that you only print if you have to, as these are always available online. This concludes the Employee Expense Report demo. Thank you for watching.